Alright, so today we're going to show you a Chevalier 12x24 AD Roman numeral 2. It's currently wired for 575 volts, but we have transformer arrangement up there that allows you to put in 480 volts, and it will make the necessary 575 for the machine. So we're going to go ahead and start the grinding wheel, start the hydraulics. That's very quiet. It'll only allow you to start that stuff up if your magnet is turned on, which you have over here, and if you have your table valve closed. If you have it open, it won't allow you to start it. Now, we're going to be putting this machine on a better skid than it's on right now, but temporarily this is all we have. So this is what you control your table speed with, and your saddle or your Z-axis. In the manual mode, you can move this in and out. Also your up and down. And then you have your hand pulse generator here that you can switch over to one of these other settings and have a fine control of the wheel. And you can set this to 0, so when you come up and touch your workpiece, you can take whatever you want to take off of it and then reset it for 0. Then you have your programming here where you put in your stock allowance, the final size, or how much you actually want to remove from the part, how much of it you want to be coarse feed, how much of it you want to be fine feed, how long you want it to spark out for, what side of the magnet do you want it to stop at, do you want it to go back up at the end of a cycle or just stay where it is. These are all possibilities, plunge grinding or surface grinding. So we'll put it in plunge grinding because it's a fairly quick cycle. I'll start the cycle start button, and we will start the feed. Actually, this is surface grinding. So when we get to the end of the magnet or the reversal point, we'll feed down. And then, there you go. Then it starts coming back in the other direction. Now, of course, we could speed this up a little bit. Your saddle movement is controlled up here. The more I open this up, the more the saddle moves, the quicker it moves. And each time it reverses, this is feeding down 1,000. Now it comes back. Now we're down to, we've taken 3,000ths off now of a total of 6 that I'm going to remove. Now we've taken 4. So if you wanted to work with this machine by hand, you have a fine feed dial on the cross. You swivel that over and you have a very fine control if you're going to grind up against the shoulder. You have an over-the-wheel dresser with a micrometer diamond that goes down. You've got your leveling pads here and your grinding wheel. And if there's any questions on how this grinding wheel gets mounted, and I'm sure there's going to be, there's a good video on YouTube that we put out showing you just how to install this wheel. I recommend highly that you take a look at it. Alright, so this is down now to the final size. I've taken my 6,000ths off. It's going to do a certain amount of spark out passes that I've got put in there, and then it's going to just come to a stop. Again, sorry about the rocky skid. Well, that's the cycle, the surface grinding. If you wanted to just do a plunge, you go to the next mode. You have to turn this off again in order to start your wheel up. We're just going to pretend that we went down and we touched off our workpiece, because that's what you have to do. Every part you have to retouch off. But now we're just going to feed down with the table reversal. So it'll be a lot quicker. So that's 1,000ths, 2,000ths, 3,000ths. Now if that's feeding too fast for your job, you can set over here a number 3 or 4 or 2. That means it'll go back and forth that many times before it feeds down. And that's it. Finished that cycle. So that's the Chevalier 1224 AD. This is a hydraulic unit. It's very quiet. Everything is running right now. This is your filtration system. It has a plug that plugs into the side of the machine. There's no reason to undo any wires. You just plug this in. You've got to get yourself some filter paper for this. You've got a float switch here that automatically advances your paper. There are covers over here on the other side of the skid that go on the top here. This obviously gets turned around the other way. And well, that's it. That's the Chevalier. Thank you very much.